Thank you for joining us now. This is News Now coming to you live from our studios here in Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital, and Frank Komalape. And now the National Population Commission has launched the revised National Population Policy Strategic Implementation Plan by the Population Advisory Group to control population growth and fertility in the country. Speaking at the launch in Abuja on Thursday, the chairman, NPC Nesri Kwara, noted that the document will help in effective population management. The document linked all the sectors and other population and development issues to the national population policy. It stressed the role of relevant stakeholders in actualizing the plan. Kwara spoke on the need for funding to ensure the plan's objectives were accomplished. Also speaking at the launch, the spokesperson of the Population Advisory Group, Usman Saki said the revised national population policy and the strategic implementation plan are guidelines for the effective population management and conduct of the census in the country. Over from there now, the Inspector General Police Usman Baba, following the committal order issued by the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja on Tuesday, November 29, 2022, has approached the court to file a motion to set aside the contempt proceeding and committal order. In the motion filed before the Federal High Court in the Federal Capital Territory on Thursday, the IGP extensively highlighted grounds why the order should be set aside, including noting that he had not been appointed into office as Inspector General of Police when the case was instituted, and the reinstatement order in question was granted. For spokesperson Olumuyiwa Adejobi disclosed on Friday. According to Adejobi, Baba also affirmed that the contempt proceedings were served via substituted beings in November 2018 and January 2019 respectively on the then IGP and not on him as incumbent. The IGP in his disposition further noted that even before he assumed office, official steps had been taken by his predecessor towards complying with the reinstatement of Patrick OKOYE, the plaintiff, as ordered by the court. And now, National Commissioner and spokesperson of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Festus OKOYE, has assured Nigerians of the Commission's preparedness to conduct an free, credible election come 2023. IBrandTV's senior correspondent Ibuji Korea, in an exclusive interview with OKOYE in Lagos State, reports that the Commission is putting the necessary mechanism in place to actualize all its program towards a free, fair and credible elections.
From the news crew, Mr. Festus OKOYE said the Independent National Electoral Commission is set to do all it takes to ensure that the votes of Nigerians count. Mr. OKOYE called on Nigerians to see the facilities of the Commission as national assets and protect them rather than destroying them. He said the Commission is making arrangements to ensure the recovery and reproduction of all PVCs destroyed by some criminal elements upon attacks on its facilities before the elections.
Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, has directed the resident electoral commissioners in all the states where we have had attack to liaise with their various electoral officers in the various local governments to harvest the voter identification number of all the PVCs that were either burnt or vandalized or lost in some of these attacks to enable the Commission to reprint these PVCs. The moment the VIN numbers are harvested, in less than 2 weeks, the Commission has the capacity to reprint all these PVCs that were either lost or damaged and then get them back to the various states so that the owners of these PVCs can collect them. And so there are no issues in respect of that. Our issue is that people should stop targeting the offices of the Commission because the offices of the Commission are national assets that must be protected. And these offices are located in various communities, and the community leaders in all these communities also have a responsibility to make sure that our facilities are not attacked, our facilities are not vandalized, and that nothing untoward comes the way of any INEC'S staff working in any of these areas.
On collaboration with various security agencies to ensure the protection of staff, sensitive and non-sensitive materials, Mr. OKOYE said the security agencies are working assiduously to ensure the protection of its staff, materials and the electorates before, during and after the elections. On the issues of gains made so far, He said over 50% of the non-sensitive materials have been distributed to their respective states and BVAS ready.
The various security agencies have assured the Commission that they have the capacity to neutralize and degrade the current security challenges in the country. And they have also assured the nation and assured the Commission that they will secure the country in such a way that elections will take place and peacefully and in all parts of the country. So we have no reason to doubt the commitment of the various security agencies in relation to this particular area. In terms of our preparations, in terms of our resolve, the Commission is resolved to proceed with the elections. The Commission is not looking back. The Commission already has the full complement of the BVAS for the conduct of elections in at least 30 states of the Federation. And in the next few days, we are going to have the complete complement of the BVAS necessary for the conduct of election in all the states of the Federation. And we have delivered over 50% of the non-sensitive materials required for the conduct of election to all the states of the Federation. And now we are strategizing on having a standard operating procedure for PVC collection. So in terms of our preparations, we are going ahead with our preparations, and we also expect the various security agencies to also go on with their task of securing the country. But we have the necessary cooperation and the necessary synergy with the various security agencies, and we have no fears whatsoever in relation to their ability and capacity to protect the nation.
The National Commissioner said he's sure of the Commission's readiness to make the electoral timetable count. Korea, reporting for IBrandTV News.
From the now chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abdul Rashid BAWA, has disclosed that the commission recorded about 3,440 convictions on financial and cyber crimes across the country from January to November 2022. This is as the governorship candidate of the Young Progressive Party in Akwa Ibom State, Senator Basi Albatakam, has been convicted by the Federal High Court of money laundering and sentenced to 42 years in prison. The EFCC chairman, who has represented by the Kano Zonal Commandant Farouk Dogo Danji, spoke while delivering a goodwill message during a one-day workshop on financial crimes reporting organized by the EFCC for journalists. BAWA also stated that the commission will work to ensure the enforcement of the Electoral Act as the 2023 general election approached. And also, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Thursday secured the conviction of Magaji Garba, former Vice Chancellor of Federal University, GUSAU, Justice Marian Hassan Aliyu of the Federal Capital Territory High Court, Gariki Abuja, found guilty of a 5-count charge bordering on obtaining money by false pretense and forgery. Garba was sentenced to a 35-year jail term. The former VC was arraigned by the EFCC on October 12, 2021 for allegedly extorting various sums from a contractor on the pretext of awarding him a 3 billion naira contract for the perimeter wall fencing of the university. The offense is contrary to Section 1A and punishable under Section 1.3 of the Advance Fee Fraud and Other Fraud-Related Offences Act 2006. Professor Garba was pronounced guilty on the 5 counts and sentenced to 7 years each on count 1 to 3 without option of fine, and 7 years imprisonment on count 4 and 5 with option of 10 million fine each. Over 250 women organizations in Nigeria under the aegis of Feminist Womanifesto have described as unacceptable in a civilian regime the arrest, assault, and continued detention of 2 citizens who were said to have criticized the First Lady AISHA Buhari. The convener of Womanifesto, Dr. Abiola Akinode Folabi, expressed these views in a petition to the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami dated December 1 and demanded that the immediate release and investigation of the assault. The 2 victims currently being held by government agencies are 23-year-old final year students of the Department of Environmental Management and Toxicology, Federal University of Duse, AMINU Mohammed, and former social media aide to the First Lady Zainab Kassim. Mohammed was arrested and beaten by security officers on November 8 for a tweet that allegedly mocked AISHA BUHARI. Family members, friends, and even a lawyer have not been able to access him. Zainab Kassim, the former social media aide to AISHA BUHARI, was said to have also been beaten and arrested.